Hi guys, and welcome to another video. And I'm sure you can guess, even if you didn't see the title and the thumbnail, what we're doing today. It is yet another bookshelf organization, putting my bookshelves together video, because we just moved again. I know we moved in July to a rental house, and now we're in another rental house in North Carolina. And I got bookshelves. I got lots of them. I got two more. Compared to last time, I have two of these little ones. So we need to do something with them. I just went through and cleaned them all because they were so dusty from the moving truck, and even the new ones I got today were very dusty. So yes, let's do it, I guess. I kind of have a plan for how I want to do it, but all my books are still in boxes, and I kind of think I'm missing a box, which is going to be a problem, and I will have a mental breakdown about it. But so I need to get everything out of boxes so we can start putting them on shelves. But yeah. Let's start opening boxes, I guess. My room is a disaster because it's just boxes of books. And by box of all my bookshelf decor. I don't know why I said it like that. But yes, let's enter the montage of me unpacking. Okay, so the books all unboxed on the floor. A disaster. Love it. Now we have, hi Wendell, you coming in? Come on. Come on. Hello. The boy in question. Oh, his eyes look crazy. Okay. Can you put that back? So this is Wendell. He's irrelevant, but I love him. Okay. So the plan. This one's already kind of got some books. They're not organized in any way, but this is going to be my TBR shelf. So these are all TBR. There's some TBR on the floor. These are books I have listed on my Pango, which I might just put in a little free library because I'm kind of over-owning them. So, and then this, I'm planning to do my contemporary romance-esque shelf. And then this that one, is going to be display for probably fantasy, unless I need some romance to bleed over. And then this whole wall, I'm planning on also making fantasy, though I may need to throw in like my nonfiction classics. I don't really know, but that's the plan. So I'm gonna start working. I'm also gonna sneeze, so I need to stop talking now so I can sneeze. Okay, hi. So I've got my whole physical TBR shelf done, which is this shelf. The whole thing is full. My physical TBR just fit. Like there's a little bit of stacking that I would not have liked to do, but it just fit. And then again, those are my Pango books that I want to get rid of. So, and I've moved on to my contemporary-esque shelf. These are all kind of sports romance until about here. And then it's kind of miscellaneous romance, divider, adult fiction books. I'm gonna put something here to divide that, but right now all my like decor stuff is in a box. So that's how this is looking. And then I'm gonna do, I had this shelf, it was half Heartstopper, half Ashley Shoemaker. Shoemaker, still don't know how to say her last name, but she's one of my favorite authors. So I think I'm gonna do that again because it fit like kind of perfectly. So, okay. These are, I can't remember exactly how I did it. These are Alice Oseman books, and then maybe it was like this. And the Heartstopper Babies, I cannot wait for volume 6 to come out, except for the fact that it's the last volume, in which case I can in fact wait because I never want Heartstopper to end. Like that, and then my Ashley Shoemaker books. Here they are. She's primarily a YA author, but she just came out with her adult romance, which is these last two. I got an ARC I wanted in a giveaway, so very pleased about that. I put them in release order. So first one was Amelia Unabridged. I have 2 copies because my friend annotated this one for me, and this one's mine. So I did them like this. And then after Amelia came Full Flight, I believe, and The Renaissance of Gwen Hathaway, then In the Orbit of You. And then finally Say It Out Loud, the adult romance. Like that. Perfect. And then I have a huge stack of YA books that I'm going to try and put in the shelf below this one, and then below that, if it fits, I'm going to try and fit my middle grade and then maybe my like nonfictions, classics-esque vibe. I don't know, we'll see. So I'm going to go down there and work on that, and I will talk to you in a little bit. Okay, hello, Sarah from very far in the future, because I decided I wanted to upload other videos before my bookshelf video. So, but now we're friendly. I finished it. It's a little bit messy in some areas because there's open shelves that I'm kind of using as a catch-all. But the books are done, so I'm going to show you that now. Please don't mind my bed. I'm washing it, so it's empty and there's pillows and stuff everywhere. But we are here to show you the bookshelf, which I'm very, very happy with. I still actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, technically 8 open shelves, so I've got lots of space to expand, and I'm very excited. And then here's my little Papazon chair with my reading blanket, which I finished, which is very exciting. This blanket has a granny square for every single book I read in 2025, and it is very large. But anyways, let's get on to the bookshelf tour, which I'm very excited for. So okay, we're starting over here on this shelf. This is my physical TBR shelf. So this top is actually just where I'm holding my TBR for the month. So this section there is January, but it's almost February, so I'm kind of planning out my February TBR there. And then all of these are unread books. I kind of have it sorted into fantasy and then other, essentially, is what this is sorted as. But these are all the physical books I still need to read. That's a lot. And then next we're going to move on to these top two are romance, and then we move, I'll tell you later. So these are romance. It's mostly sports romance until the Wall of Winnipeg and Me. And then this is just kind of what else fit. And then these are romance. And then this little corner is my adult fiction. And then I definitely told you about this shelf. It is my Alice Oseman and wow, that was not right. Alice Oseman and Ashley Shoemaker shelf. So there she is. And then up until they both die at the end, this is all young adult fiction. And then I've got graphic novels, mystery, thriller, horror-esque. And then we have middle grade fantasy, which is just Harry Potter and Percy Jackson. These are all my other middle grade books, and then my yearbooks, because I didn't know where else to put them. And then we go to this middle shelf. This is the start of my display shelves. So first is The Darkest Minds, obviously. Next shelf is my Emily Wilde shelf. This one's a little bit out of order, just because Emily Wilde 1 is sitting right there. And when I took it out, I did not put these books back. Basically, these sit like this. There we go, that's a little bit better. And then my Once Upon a Broken Heart shelf. This is a thing that I started painting and then I never finished, and it's really ugly. But that's where it's going to go when it's finished, so it stays there. And then my Cassandra Clare shelf. And then nothing, which is great. And then we move up here. I tried to kind of carry on, so The Darkest Minds is by Alexandra Bracken. So then I put the rest of Alexandra Bracken's books there, and then we have my Fourth Wing books, and this little dragon I made. He was a lot of work. And then my, not Cassandra Clare books, wow, Sarah J Maas books, because I've got Throne of Glass there, so just to continue them on. This shelf is exclusively for the Grishaverse. I need to get the Crooked Kingdom edition of this, and that'll hopefully fill up space. And then this is fantasy series. And then this one is kind of like indie published fantasy series. And then these are series I'm finishing really soon, so I have them here for now. These are like craft books that I'm gonna do stuff with. And then these are standalones, but they're like not my all-time favorite fantasy standalones, if that makes sense. And then again, my Throne of Glass shelf. And then this is a V.E. Schwab shelf, but is it really mostly an Addie LaRue shelf? Yeah. And then these are fantasy series that I'm in the middle of. The shelf was really full, which is why I put these fantasy books that I'm almost done with over here, just so that the shelf was not, well, I couldn't fit them, to be honest. And then these are my favorite fantasy standalones, which is different from these. And then we've got an empty shelf and an empty shelf. And then we are on to my last shelf. This has my dystopian, sci-fi, and then Greek myth. And then finally, this one has poetry, memoirs, biographies, that kind of thing. Self-help books that I don't ever read, so I don't really know why I have them. And then science books, and then some classics. And then this shelf just is kind of a placeholder. This has all my book sleeves, my annotating supplies. These are all my journal boxes, and some tarot cards. And then everything else is messy. But these are all my shelves, and I'm very, very happy with them. And I'm very, very happy that I have more space to grow. So, yay! Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed like my third video in the span of a year of me redoing my bookshelves. And hopefully there'll be another one soon if I can get a job and move out, but you know. But I'm really, really happy, and I'm so happy with all my books, and I'm happy. I think the top of my shelves, Definitely needs some work, but I will get there. And I definitely need to clean out those 3 shelves that are just my holding ground for nonsense. But yes. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys somewhere else on the internet. Bye!